The Johnny Rock Show. Rockin' 101, the Rock Station.
Rockin' 101. You are on the air. Please don't swear. Is this Gunnar Nelson? Come in.
Is this Johnny Rock?
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Man, I am doing great. I'm under like an inch of ice right now, but other than that, I'm great.
Where are you calling from?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, yes, Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, you cry me a river. It's 10 below here.
Well, you know, it got to 10 below here, too, last night.
Wow. That's rare for Nashville. Well, let me introduce you properly. The new book, What Happened to Your Hair? If I Had a Nickel. How We Played Loud, Loved Proud, and Never Back Down Together. Available now at SimonandSchuster.com, wherever books are sold. It's Gunnar Nelson. And I love the cover. It's you guys holding your hair. You cut your hair, huh?
Well, that's the statement, yeah. I mean, the whole point when we first started out with that really strong image, the two guys with the long blonde hair, was love us or hate us, you're going to know who we are. And boy, did that image work out great. This is back in the day when spandex was still a privilege and not a right. And we had a blast, which we get to write about. But, yeah, you know, all that stuff, you know, Matthew and I kind of continued the theme with that whole thing. And with this book, it's the first time that with our own words, you get to hear who we really are as people without all the record company spin. And it's just really a wild ride that we got to write about. No ghostwriters here. This is all me and Matthew, and this is all kind of unvarnished and a lot of fun talking about a time in rock and roll before cell phones, the internet, when everybody had culpable deniability.
I like the way you put that. Our guest, Gunnar Nelson. The book, What Happened to Your Hair? SimonandSchuster.com, wherever books are sold. Now, if you don't know, I know you know, but your father was one of the great musicians, Rick Nelson, and we lost him too soon. Growing up in that household around your dad, was it just naturally that you'd become musicians, or did you have to really pursue it?
Well, the best way for me to describe it, we were the musical equivalent of the Manning family. Let's say I grew up a Manning and I wanted to play football. What was good about that is that I have great social proof around me at all times that achieving at the highest of levels in that discipline was actually possible. It's the same thing for me and Matthew in music. We were growing up during a time when our dad always had an acoustic guitar in his hand, was writing songs with his Stone Canyon band at the insistence of Bob Dylan at the time. That's the era that Matthew and I grew up in. So we got our first instruments when we were 6 years old. We started playing the LA club scene from the time we were 12. Got our deal with Geffen Records when we were 19, and went number one on our 22nd birthday. So, again, it's important to note those were songs that Matthew and I wrote, and things like that are not things that people really know about the two of us. They saw the pinups and they saw the spin that the record company put on it, the teen magazines, which, by the way, Matt and I never did a single interview for. And what they saw, and what I guess Geffen Records sold, was a couple of Nepo baby trust fund kids who just decided to make music as a hobby. And nothing could have been further from the truth. We wrote our own stuff, produced our own stuff, designed our image, funded our own tour through our publishing advances. But the story is really, really fun and really fascinating. And we also in the book get to address the truth around our father's plane crash and what really happened there and then. And like I said, no ghostwriters. This is nothing but, honesty and self-effacing humor and all of that. And it's pretty great to be able to write books and make music with my twins still. And unlike the Everleys, we still get along.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gunnar Nelson, I don't know if you remember, but I remember vividly the last time you and I hung out face to face. It was with Matthew and you and probably your Geffen Records rep. We were in the Champagne Lounge of a club called Solid Gold in Minneapolis. And I don't know if you were in town for a gig or a promotion thing, but oh boy, you two.
Are you kidding me? Solid Gold. Oh my gosh. As a matter of fact, I wrote as much as I could legally get away with in the book about Solid Gold, but boy, that was a different time and that was a different place. But man, Solid Gold in Minneapolis was the best let's say, how do I describe it? Okay, you had to be over 18 to get into it. Let's just say that. And the most beautiful women in the world worked there at a time when it was totally okay to admire David Lee Roth.
Yes.
Last man.
Okay.
Seriously. It was so much fun. And yes, I do remember the time.
Yes.
I do remember the time.
It was, that club is still open, and they're still saying, when are those two kids coming back? But yes, it was a different time.
It was a blast. And getting to write about that time in music and culture, it's not everybody's imagination. A lot about that period of time was better than what we've got now. It meant more because music was really the point of everything. It wasn't background noise in a video game. We all used to get excited when our favorite band would come out with a new album. We'd save up our money and go down and see those shows. And Matthew and I are music fans first and foremost. So, actually getting to do that ourselves at that level was truly a dream come true.
Yeah.
Growing up the way we did, man, nothing could have prepared us for, I always say we always played every night to 20,000 people. 19,999 were screaming girls, and there was always one really, really, really smart guy. So we had, but it was really, honestly, a whirlwind that had its ups and had its downs. You got to imagine what the pressure would have been like. I mean, we were a couple of kids at the time that we found ourselves employing 45 people and going out on this massive, rock and roll tour. And then, of course, when we had provided as much of a living as we could for our team, we were kind of like left to wither and die when musical taste changed with the whole grunge thing. And, we spent 30 years building ourselves back up, and here we are now with a best-selling book. Pretty awesome.
Well, congratulations. And, hey, like you said, thank God there were no cell phones back then. Cameras. That was a different thing.
Sleep it. Thank God for that.
Oh, my God. Well, listen. Seriously, great book. Great time. New book, What Happened to Your Hair? How We Played Loud, Loved Proud, and Never Backed Down Together. Available now at SimonandSchuster.com. Wherever books are sold. Well, you're a real pro, Gunnar Nelson. I'll play you out with a little love and affection, booby. But come back soon to the John A. Outro, okay? There he goes. Ah, there he goes. What he said. Hello? Hello. Thank you, Gunnar Nelson. Thank you, Solid Gold.
The Johnny Rock Show. Rockin' 101. The Rock Station.